So I know you've already won. You won the most games out of everyone the regular season, right?
Yes.
But how are you thinking going into this first game?
Going into the World Series, I mean, I'll level with you. I haven't been thinking about it too much. What I do know is that I made a bet with Stuckmund, and I've already fulfilled half that bet by going top seed in the regular season. The second half involves winning the World Series. And it would be pretty cool if I did that, but I don't think it's gonna... I feel like this might sound strange coming from the GM, but I think the public perception of Crunch's offense is pretty overrated. A lot of people... I feel like they're overlooking the inconsistencies.
I think that's a half-truth. I think the level of your offense generally is like pretty fairly rated, I would say, but I will say it is very.
Fireball worked?
Is that the first time it's worked this entire?
First in the series.
That has never happened before. And like, I like how excited we both got over like a ground ball single.
Oh, there it is. There's a train there. The train's there.
That's over.
Damn. Fireball clutched up when it really need to. Okay.
I really wasn't expecting that.
God, the one time it worked is the one time it mattered. Truly. I mean, Huesos they're in this to win it. That sets the tone immediately.
I thought it would have taken them at least a couple more innings to get even something together, to be completely honest, but I mean that's exactly what they were needing to do right there.
And already another runner in scoring position. This is,
I mean, to be fair, it is Daisy up,
opportunity,
so.
But I don't know. I don't think Daisy knows. She might get something even better.
And it does land.
Okay.
It's gonna score a third run.
It was a star hit just without costing meters, so that was actually did pay off.
Jumping out to a very early lead.
I don't want to say 2-out rally, because as soon as you call into question the existence of a rally, that's when it dies. But the small ball's they're kind of killing it.
This might be where it ends, though.
Let's go, Ronnie.
Green Koopa's not really known for... Has he done anything this season?
I don't know. Didn't even need to die for that.
I think Stuck and I were talking about this a couple games ago. I think it was during... oh, wait, no, it was Toaster and I, because it was during our wild card game that we were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really surprised the difference that I've seen offensively between the two Koopas. Like this, Red Koopa, no joke, has been an above average hitter this season. And Green Koopa is the worst in the entire league by far.
Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo not washed? Question mark. Oh my God.
That's gonna land.
Dixie Dinger. Unless...
Oh!
Maybe if it was the slow train.
You timed that almost perfectly, though.
Alright.
You got a threat up, though.
Coming back to what I said earlier, my earlier comment about Crunch offense. When the Crunch offense gets going, it is very strong. But...
It does sometimes take a while for it to actually kick.
It does sometimes take a while for something other than a 0 inning to happen.
And I think that's just because your offense, like I said earlier, I don't think it's overrated, but I will say I do think it's front and back loaded very heavy, because you have Hammer Bro, DK, Wario, they've all been great.
Oh my, he's not even there. You can see his. I think is that blue.
That was
balls in left
absolutely
field?
crushed.
Not even no chance of him hustling over there in time. The train was just there for extra measure, and suddenly it's a tie game.
And even then, if they buddy jumped, I still don't think that's getting caught.
No.
That was just.
Oh.
Oh no.
Mo Morel already coming in. The Chokemeister has the Chokemeister invaded the field. What?
So what are the odds that you think Boo turns into the Clayton Kershaw of this league? Just really good pitching throughout the entire season, and then gets here to the playoffs and just completely drops the ball.
Like Koopa just did. Never mind, he still got the out because CPUs don't hustle. But really, I could see it happening. It's this. They could say the same about like this applies to all pitchers in this game, but especially the ones with lower stamina. Like they can get taken out very quickly by just one bad play.
And I think that's what's going to end up happening here.
I think a tired, like, good pitcher is preferable to, like, a lower mid-tier pitcher. That's ripped. Is that another train hit? That's another train hit.
Yep. Another home run for Los Huesos.
In the exact same spot. With the exact... Well, not the exact same train positioning, because those Dixie got hit this time. But very similar.
Blue Madge and Blue Bones carrying the offense with this game.
Joe Swanson, can he follow suit? They always watch the first one. You never swing at the first pitch. Unless... Okay, no, it didn't go out.
No, there's no chance.
I don't remember if it was this league or not, but I do believe I've seen someone hit a dinger off of a DK start pitch. It's not completely out of the question.
I think that might have been with your league.
Okay.
So that actually brings up a pretty good question I want to ask you. How much different was your drafting process compared to most of the other people in this league since you and Stuck already had that experience with CPU?
We had basically the Yoshi team was the lowest. The Yoshi / Mario team was the lowest had the worst record in the regular season. So I think we were naturally adverse to picking like Mario, Yoshi, Luigi. Although might have been giving those players domed. Train Homer?
Train Homer!
It's back to back with these innings. Oh my goodness.
I think we've got a game on our hands.
Shot. Crunch hits a 3-run shot. Dinger off the first pitch, second inning. Dinger off the first pitch, second inning.
And I think that's going to be it for Boo's Day.
Bring it in. Daisy, obviously. Why'd I even ask that question? But, we were naturally adverse, I believe, to... Oh, still safe. I don't remember Tiny having wheels.
And now that you bring that up, it makes me think, I think the Yoshi part of that team might have been what was dragging that team down. Because if you've looked at Mario, Luigi this year, or with this season, they've been doing good. It's just that I think there were parts of that team with your league that were bringing it down.
Yeah, the Yoshi... That team had 2 Yoshis on it. Yeah, I don't think... This happened, like... This didn't finish until after the season already started, but... Based on... I think the assessment that Yoshi is what was dragging that team structure down is kind of accurate. Because not only Yoshi not tongue catching, when put in the outfield, which is like Yoshi's best position. But when we did the solo, the solo run, the solo character runs, a very skewed format towards power hitters, I will admit. But like Yoshi went 0-2 as the top seed going into that. So it's just,
I mean, I think that was also a decent prediction for
running speed.
I think the best example of that would probably be Shoplifters from this year. Because they were another Yoshi heavy team, and I mean, they were obviously doing better than what the Mario team did with your league. But I think that's also partly because they played half of their games in Ice Garden, so I don't think...
Yeah.
I don't think that is very...
They also had a stronger offense. An offense, like a power core, I will say. I think a single Pianta was the only power hitter on my league's Yoshi team.
Yikes.
I don't even... I'm trying to remember. It was the blue Pianta. I don't remember if I don't think he doubled up on it and took the red Pianta. I'm trying to remember. Ooh, just letting that one drop? Doesn't matter, I guess.
This is going just like how the other semifinals went. It was, I believe, the first game with Stuck in Bidoof. King K. Rool, he was hitting, should have been what was a double. Just straight.
Oh my gosh, Daisy, hater energy with the triple star pitch.
No item, so it's actually going to work this time.
She knows. And she can do it again if she really wants. Okay, go save
That's going to land for a single.
As far as, optimal, as far as, like, drafting my team goes, the power hitter focus, it's the draft strategy in Superstar Baseball, because generally speaking, the top tiers in these games are the ones who not only who are able to both, have, like, good on-plate, hitting performance, whether that be home run potential or just the ability to hit a consistent single. Although there are much more power hitters than there are characters who can, play the small ball really well, I'll admit. And are also, if not the particular, you're usually the best at a given fielding position, but if not, pretty good is still desirable. Like, Hammer Bro was already... Ooh, domed. Very well timed. Hammer Bro was already a very desirable player in Superstar Baseball before he had the hammer throw as a fielding ability. He was kind of just a liability in the field, so they either put him at catcher because they weren't able to draft PD for a strong throwing arm. Triple play? No.
Not gonna throw it to first for some reason, but...
And, so Hammer Bro in Superstar Baseball, he didn't really have a strong fielding position. It was either catcher because he didn't have PD, or center field because center field, when there's no buddy jumps or buddy strikes or anything, is not a very important position in that game. But the Hammer Bro went from good to great in this game because he has an actual fielding niche now. Super Dive. Very useful in the...
And I mean, you just saw that with the last out you guys made.
So yeah.
And I will say, I'm not too awfully familiar. I mean, I've obviously played a fair bit of Superstar Baseball. It's just, I will say I'm not as versed with it as I am with this game.
They're out. I do prefer it to Sluggers, although that's largely because, like, I get to play with a GameCube controller.
Yeah,
I don't
I've got mine right here with me, so...
I don't like, when the only non-motion control option is a sideways remote, that doesn't sit right. That doesn't sit right with me. All right, staying alive with the boo item. Right down the middle.
I mean, from what I have played of Superstar Baseball, I think if I played it more, I probably would end up preferring it.
Yeah.
But I think I just prefer this game right now just because I grew up on this game, so that's probably where most of that's coming from.
I got this game before I knew what baseball was. It had Mario on the cover, and I was like 6 years old, so I asked for it. I remember having very vivid memories of not understanding baseball rules. Like, I didn't know, notably, the fact that if you catch the ball, if you get like an out, and from like catching a ball before it hits the ground, that all the runners have to go back to the base they started on. I didn't know that was a rule, so I would like scream at my TV at Paragoomba, who managed to go from first to third off of a pop fly. I was like, "Why are you running back? Keep going!" I didn't understand how it worked. I think that was before I think I was still in my. Was that it's really close. Okay, foul. That was still in my. I'm playing a video game. I don't want to read era. So even if I did do the tutorials, probably would have been very bad regardless. Easiest double play in Bammer Bros life. Oh, another funny story. I had to reset my game in challenge mode like twice because I didn't understand how Boo's mission worked to use the laser throw.
Oh.
I would be an idiot and accidentally like use Wario's magnet to pull the crate back towards me, locking me in unless I cleared that mission because I sealed my only exit and I couldn't beat it. I was like, okay, I'm just deleting my save file. Forget it.
I think I don't know what it was about it, but when I was first having this game, I didn't complete the challenge mode until probably 5 years ago, which is really sad because I've had it since I was like 7. And it was all because when you first enter Yoshi Park, you have the red and blue Shy Guys running up to you and then
the mini game where you have to point at the.
I could not get past that to save my life as a kid. I mean, it's really fun when you have something. You have to be precise using the Wii Remote's pointer while also having tremors in both of your hands. So, like, you're just trying to do something, you're just constantly shaking it. So, like, you'll line it up, you'll press A to shoot it, and you just completely miss the PD.
And I assume you never realized that technically you never have to go to Yoshi Park because there's enough players to make a full team in Mario Stadium.
Oh no, I never found that out. I was like, oh, you have to get all the captains. That's why it's showing on the map. And so I just never. I never bothered.
The weird thing about like the challenge mode difficulty scaling, if you do decide to like recruit as many players as possible before going into like the first Bowser Jr. fight, like honestly, I think the last Bowser Jr. encounter, assuming you're not including the Yoshi Park minigame one, if you decide to do that one last, because that one always has a set difficulty. Like they scale in difficulty. I had a harder time with like the final Bowser Jr. where it's like a 1 inning game and he starts with like 2 or 3 runs more than I did with Final Bowser. And I don't know why.
I don't think I really had too much of an issue with that one. But I do remember when I was having trouble with it was, I believe, Purple Toad. Is that the hit to all fields?
There's a lot of Wiggler and Petey are the ones I remember that have that mission.
Because when I had it as a kid, I didn't know how, like, physics worked. So I didn't know that, like, hitting it late or early, I didn't know that would pull or push the ball. And so I was just always, I was like, oh, I have to line it up right. And I was always just keep hitting it dead straight center. And I finally beat that mission, not because I figured out how that worked. It's just I got lucky and got like 5 center fields on that one.
The perfect RNG.
And then there was like 1 left field that I was... Like, I didn't hit it there because I knew how it worked. It was just, I was trying to go in the center and I just was not good and hit it way later than I should have.
Damn. Yeah, those, even after I actually sat down and read what Lakitu said, you have to swing early or late to adjust your timing. It's still, those missions still trick me up as a kid.
To be honest,
anyways, I never finished, you can like complete your thought, but I never actually finished the second reason as to my drafting process.
Oh no, I didn't really have too much more that I was planning to say. I was just thinking, with this game, with how finicky it is between, like, how precise you have to be with hitting it to opposite,
it's very tight timing.
I almost have a easier time controlling the ball in real life. And I suck at baseball.
God, we have entered the drought period, ladies and gentlemen. If you're wondering
why we haven't really been talking about the game itself too much. We haven't really been having too much to say since that Critter home run.
Yeah, and also, I feel like with time, seeing more and more games, I get less and less excited about CPU shenanigans. So I just spout bullshit.
To be fair, that's what most of the playoff games have turned into. It's just us going on tangent after tangent.
It's just double plays. Nobody can get a foothold.
I mean,
baseball question mark. But before this game ends, I would like to, like, the second reasoning to my my drafting strategy. And I wish I could have, honestly, I wish I got more small ball people so I can implement this better. Probably my personal favorite team from my league. It was the second seed going into, they ended up being the second seed going into the playoffs.
What team was that?
That was Jungle Rush, the DK team. And what gets me, this, like, the person who drafted it, I don't think he either never played Sluggers before, or had played it like once when he was very young, and never again since. He largely just stuck with drafting characters that he liked. But he discovered the secret, I feel like he discovered the secret sauce to the CPU offensive batting lineup construction. He drafted like 3 power hitters first, which were DK, K-Rool, and Funky Kong. And
Not bad.
Filled in the gaps with mostly small ball people going in. There was like a Toad and a Dry Bones, but there was like Waluigi, Shy Guy, like Dixie Kong.
Just those contact type hitters,
yeah.
like, just like the Monty Mole types.
It was, the rest of the team was, I think, like, it was those 3, and then like Walu, Red Madge, Dixie, Toad, Shy Guy, and Green Bones. Free baseball! Okay. And what he ended up doing is he structured his lineup in a way, it was 2 contact hitters followed by a dinger hitter.
And it just kept repeating in that order?
It kept repeating in that order. And I think he accidentally discovered the secret sauce, because I don't know if it's just superstition or not, but I feel like when there's runners on base in scoring position, the power hitters are more likely to swing for the fences.
And that's what you're hopefully wanting for in the CPU ones.
Yeah. This is, I feel like I got a little bit greedy with my dinger hitters. So I wasn't able to like replicate that oh my god.
Whoa!
Hey, you're just crapping on Green Koopa's offense. Is he clutching up? He did not clutch up. Came close though.
Not bad effort though.
Not a bad effort. The train was almost there to ruin it. Well, not this time, I guess. Just unlucky.
It was not the time.
Not the time. So, and the craziest part to me about, he had like probably like the most consistently strong offense. I say that, but the results were wild. So, got like, at one point he got like fucking mercied by the 6th seed in the regular season, but
We don't have to point that game out.
yeah. Also, it was Wario City, so easy dinger map as for home field. And what's a little bit crazy to me, even though he had chemistry, like he had an outfield, so there was like some chemistry in the lineup. The way it was positioned, they had like probably the strongest offense in the league, despite not getting a single item. That's how well it worked. They didn't need to get bailed out at any point.
Oh, that's a walk-off!
Blooper with the game-winning run on the Tiny Conch single. Was the green shell necessary?
Not really.
Probably not. I think it's just... Honestly, they're just really disrespectful towards Koopa. Having that happen after your...
Right after he almost hits it over.
Yeah. Tiny Kong MVP, busting it down.
Pretty even distribution.
Oh my gosh, today has not been Hammer's day. He's usually one of our better players.
I mean, I haven't checked the results in probably like a week or so. Hammerbro's probably gonna finish like 2nd or 3rd in MVP voting. Like that's how good his hitting was. And it's just not his day apparently.
No.
Not a bad game though. Good way to start off the series.
Very close.